Welcome back to Miller Music Studios TV. This is our long-awaited and much-promised lesson on making chord cards. You'll need a set of 3x5-inch white index cards. Let's go to the piano and learn. As I mentioned in a previous lesson, there are only 15 major scales and so 15 major keys. When I was young, my teachers would give me a scale, then another week another scale, and after a while I felt like there must be an endless number of scales and I felt overwhelmed. But when I got older and realized there are only 15 major scales and each one has a relative minor, and that completed the basic picture, it was a very secure feeling. This circle we've been showing you on the screen is called the circle of fifths. We'll be using this as we go through the scales and chords together. The keys are neatly ordered just like the planets revolving around the sun. Each key rotating clockwise is a perfect fifth apart. Let's talk about what a perfect fifth is. You see, if you count up 5 notes from the first note of a major scale, that's called a perfect fifth. For an example, when we take C major, C, D, E, F, G, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, from C to G is a perfect fifth. So we'll begin today at the top of the circle with the key of C major and build chords from that key. And next time we learn a scale and build a chord, we'll go to the G major scale. And we'll go all around the circle of fifths together that way. So let's begin building our basic chords. We'll start with all triads, which are 3-note chords. Now you'll need your 3x5 white index card, and I'll show you how to fold it. Okay, first of all, fold it lengthwise. Then, turn it the other way, fold it up by half, and now you have 4 creases. Go up to the middle crease this way, turn it around, and go up by the middle crease this way. And you see what you have now is 8 sections. And we're going to use each strip of 4 sections at a time. So we're going to use all of this for our C major, C minor, C diminished, and C augmented chords. And then here, next time, we'll be on G major, G minor, G diminished, G augmented. Let's start with the C major chord. We learned in our last lesson that the C major scale is made up of the notes C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, with no black keys. Take the first, third, and fifth notes of the major scale, C, E, G, and that's how we spell the C major chord. You'll see it written as C capital M, C little M-A-J, or just a capital C. And this is what you're going to do with your chord cards. You have a capital C, that means C major, and down here you'll write capital M, little a, J, O, R. And on the other side of your chord card, I usually use pencil, but I'm using the Sharpie so that you can see it. So at home you should probably use pencil so it won't come through on the other side. But on the other side you write how you spell it. So you'll write C, lowercase c that is, lowercase e, and lowercase g. And with the right hand you're going to use finger numbers 1, 3, and 5. And with your left hand you're going to use finger numbers 5, 3, and 1. When you practice it, eventually when you really know these well, you're going to cut along the folded lines, and then you'll have it in a container, you'll shake them up, and you'll quiz yourself. But for now, you have C major, and just like in a spelling bee, like if you were going to spell the word major, you would first say it, you would say major, then you would spell it M-A-J-O-R, and then again you would say major. So you're going to look at your card, and you're going to play C major, and you're going to spell it C-E-G, and then you're going to play it again and say C major. This way you'll memorize it, and of course you can turn it over on the other side and see if you did that correctly. That was my right hand, now my left hand. You're going to play C major, and then as you spell it, you say C, E, G, and then you play it and say C major. When we play the chord all together, it's called blocked. So first you're playing it in a blocked form, and then if you play a chord one note at a time, that's called an arpeggio. Now for C minor. Just lower the third of the middle note of a major chord a half step. So that comes out to be C, E flat, G. That's C minor. And it's written lowercase c with a minus sign, or C lowercase m, or C with a lowercase min. You'll see it all different ways. Okay, for us, we're going to write C with a minus sign. And underneath it, just to keep it straight, we're going to write minor. M-I-N-O-R. And on the other side of your card, you're going to write C, E flat, G. And again, your finger numbers are 1, 3, 5 for the right hand and 5, 3, 1 for the left hand. So let's say you pull out this chord card and you see C with a minus sign, or C minor. So you quiz yourself and you say C minor. Play it blocked, and then you spell it. C, E flat, G, C minor. And now the left hand. C minor, C, E flat, G, C minor. Now we go to C diminished. Diminished means to make smaller. So we can make the minor chord smaller by lowering the fifth a half step. So you have C, E flat, G flat. That's C diminished. This is written with a lowercase c with a degrees sign, or a little o. So it would be C with a little degrees sign like that. And underneath that, you should write D-I-M-I-N-I-S-H-E-D, diminished. And on the other side of our card, we're going to write C, E flat, G flat. And again, the right hand has 1, 3, 5 for the fingering, and the left hand has 5, 3, 1 for the fingering. And as you're practicing it, and you pull out that card, and you say, oh, C diminished, okay. C diminished, C, E flat, G flat, C diminished, left hand, C diminished, C, E flat, G flat, C diminished. Our last chord for the day is C augmented. Just go back to the major chord and raise the fifth up a half step. So we spell this where you had C, E, G for your major chord, and you're going to raise the G up a half step to a G sharp. That's C augmented. C, E, G sharp, C augmented. It's written uppercase C with a plus sign, or uppercase C and A-U-G. And we're going to write it C with a plus sign. And underneath it, I'm going to use an uppercase A and then U-G-M-E-N-T-E-D. C augmented. And that's written C, E, G sharp. And the right hand has 1, 3, 5, and the left hand again has 5, 3, 1. So for C augmented, when you draw that chord out of your container, you're going to see a C plus sign. You'll say, okay, C augmented. C, E, G sharp, C augmented. And the left hand, C augmented. C, E, G sharp, C augmented.